This lesson will discuss the processes involved with creating a company. For further information and step-by-step instructions, refer to the 2.0 Manage Companies and Contacts User Guide. By the end of this lesson, you will know how to create a company from the new drop-down menu button, as well as associate cost codes to a company and associate a company to a project. Let's begin the lesson. Start by navigating to the Contacts module. Either from the Gate 3 Home or from a selected project, click on the Start Menu tab from the Gate 3 Home screen. Then, select the Contacts module option from the drop-down list. The Contacts module home screen appears. Now, click on the New drop-down menu button. Then, select the New Company option from the drop-down list. The draft New Company document appears in edit mode, consisting of 7 sections: Details Company, Contacts, Cost Codes, Financial Information, Hierarchy, Projects, and Other Information. It is important to note that the Contacts and Hierarchy sections are grayed out and not available when the company document is in draft status. In order to associate a contact to the company, you will have to save the company so the company document status changes to active. Also, depending on your system access, you may or may not have permission to access some sections. To access each section and subsection, use the left-hand side navigation panel or expand each section using the drop-down arrows. Now, we will start creating a new company document by navigating to the General subsection of the Details Company section. Enter the company name, abbreviated company name, and company address in the text boxes. As best practice, it is strongly recommended that you click on the Check for Duplicate link for each applicable field to see if the company already exists in the Gate 3 system. When you click on the Check for Duplicates link, a company list appears on the screen under the applicable field, displaying all active companies that either match or are similar to the company details entered for the new company. Sort through the list to verify that the new company you are creating does not exist in the list of companies. This function avoids duplication of companies entered in the system. If the same company exists, click on the Open link under the Actions column to view and modify details, if necessary. If the company does not exist in the Gate 3 system, continue creating the new company by specifying company details, by entering the company details in the text boxes, and selecting options from the drop-down lists. It is important to note that the fax number must adhere to the format identified in this lesson. It must include the area code and not have spaces, hyphens, or brackets. Also, fields with an asterisk are mandatory fields and must be populated in order to save the new company document. Continue to create the new company document by navigating to the Detailed Information subsection. Within this subsection, enter the company GST and Federal Tax ID number in the text box. Specify the primary and secondary currency codes from the drop-down list, and enter a comment in the text box if required. The company number is system-generated and cannot be modified. This number is associated to the company for the duration of its existence in the Gate 3 system. Now, continue to navigate to the Categories subsection. In this subsection, specify the company category, company type, company work area, and company workgroup by clicking on the checkbox for the appropriate option. Also, specify whether the company is unionized by selecting the appropriate radio button. It is important to note that when the company type is specified as subcontractor or trade, the company document must be approved through the workflow review process in order to become active. Verify that all information is accurate Then navigate to the Contacts section, where you add contacts to the company document. This section is only available once the company document is saved and has a status of active. When the company document is in draft status, this section is grayed out and not accessible. When the document is active, click on the New Contact button located at the top of the screen and create a new contact for the company. Once the contact is saved, they appear on the screen with contact information displayed across several columns. Under the Actions column, you have the options of clicking on the Open link to open and view the contact's information. You can click on the Open Project link to view the list of projects to which the contact is associated, or you can click on the Add Project link to associate the contact to a project. For further information and step-by-step instructions on creating and managing a contact, refer to the Create a Contact training video, the 2.0 Manage Companies and Contacts User Guide, and the 4.0 Manage Contacts User Guide. Now, navigate to the Cost Codes section within an active company document. This is where you associate cost codes with the company. It is important to note that this section is only available once the company document is saved and has a status of active. There are potentially two options for associating cost codes to an active company. For option 1, you can click on the Add or Remove Cost Codes for the Company button and select cost codes to associate to the company, or remove cost codes that are already associated to the company. When cost codes are selected, they appear within the screen. If the new company is specified in the Hierarchy section to be associated to a parent company, option 2 becomes available, where you can click on the Copy Cost Codes from Tier 1 Parent Company button. This action copies the cost codes from the parent company into the new company document. It is important to note that this button is not available and will be grayed out if the new company is not associated to a parent company. After the cost codes are associated to the new company, enter a comment in the Comments text box if required. Now, continue by navigating to the Financial Information section, where payment details and financial institution information is specified for the new company. Depending on your system access, you may or may not have permission to access this section. Within the Payment Details subsection, specify details using the radio buttons, entering payment information in the text boxes, selecting an option from the drop-down list, and specifying a date from the calendar. Also, if required, enter a comment in the Comments text box or edit the Remit to Vendor details. Once information is entered, navigate to the Financial Institution Information subsection. Within this subsection, enter the financial institution information in the text boxes and by selecting options from the drop-down lists. Now, navigate to the Hierarchy section, where you can, if applicable, associate the new company to a parent company, as well as specify whether the company has been acquired by or merged with another company. This section is only available once the company document is saved and has a status of active. When the company document is in draft status, this section is grayed out and not accessible. Within the Company Tiers subsection, associate a parent company to the new company document by clicking on the Add Parent Company button and select the applicable company. Once selected, the parent company details appear in the screen. Now, navigate to the Merger and Acquisitions subsection. Within this section, specify merger or acquisition details by using the radio buttons, selecting an option from the drop-down list, and entering notes in the text box. In order to specify the acquiring company, click on the Add Acquiring Company button and select the applicable company. Once selected, acquiring company details appear in the screen. It is important to note that when the "Has this company been acquired by or merged with another company" field is specified as no, the identified supporting fields do not appear. Continue to navigate to the Projects section. It is important to note that projects can only be added in this section once the company document is saved and has a status of active. Within this section, you have the ability to associate the company to projects. There are two methods to associating a company to a project. Number 1, from within an active company document, and number 2, from the All Active Companies view located in the View drop-down menu button. For the purpose of this video, you will learn how to associate a company to a project or projects from within an active company document. For further information and step-by-step instructions on associating a company to projects from the All Active Companies view, refer to the Contacts Module User Guide. To associate the company to a project or projects, click on the Add Project button at the top of the screen. When a project or projects are added to the company, project details appear on the screen. Under the Actions column, you have the options of clicking on the Open link to open the specific project profile, or you can click on the Open Contact link to view the list of contacts for the project in the lower section of the screen, or you can click on the Add Contact link to add a contact to the project, or finally, you can click on the trash bin icon to remove the project from the company document. Now continue by navigating to the Other Information section. This section outlines supplementary information for the new company. Populate the fields using the options available. It is important to note that the fields depicted in this screen may not be an accurate representation of this section. Fields may vary according to their configuration in administration settings. Once all the information is entered in the new company document, click the Save, Save as Draft, or Cancel icon located at the top of the screen. As best practice, it is strongly recommended to review and verify that information entered is accurate prior to saving the company document, as this action, depending on the company type specified, may initiate the workflow review approval process. This concludes the lesson. From this lesson, you develop the skills to create a company from the new drop-down menu button, associate cost codes to a company, and associate a company to a project. For further information and step-by-step instructions, refer to the 2.0 Manage Companies and Contacts User Guide.